Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Marissa Gorsey claims she bought a truck so her daughter's father could get to work, and he put sugar in the tank after an argument.
All rise.
Matthew Powell says his ex gifted him a piece of junk that needed a lot of work.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day, Your Honor.
This is the case of Gorsey versus Powell. Ms. Gorsey, you are suing Mr. Powell for $1,325 for breach of contract. You say the defendant owes you for the cost of a vehicle and towing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Powell, you say the vehicle was a gift.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Gorsey, what is your relationship with Mr. Powell?
We met about 4 years ago. We started dating. We were in a relationship. We had a daughter. He's been living with me the past few years.
He still lives with you?
Not currently, Your Honor, nope.
Okay. How old is your daughter?
She's 2.
And are you still together?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, broken up now.
Yes,
Broken up and in court.
that's right.
All right, so talk to the court about this breach of contract that you allege.
Basically, that's the reason I'm here, Your Honor, is he overall doesn't keep his word or is not reliable. So while he's a good dad, and I'll give him that, this kind of was the last straw, and we actually broke up over this incident that I'm discussing with you now. So last summer, his car was repossessed because he wasn't making the payments.
Okay.
So over this entire span of time, been the main breadwinner and carrying the bulk of the responsibility in terms of the household and with our daughter and financially.
Right.
I do make more money than him. So anyways, at that time, in order for him to be able to just get to work, I went and bought a cheap truck that I found online, $1,200, and we made an agreement at that time that he would pay me $150 a month and that he would get insurance, and he claims this discussion never took place, but it did. And
this was a verbal discussion?
yes, Your Honor. A couple months went by, he was not paying anything to me, and I brought it up. I asked him if he'd gotten insurance, and he was like, no. And I just lost it at that point a little bit because it's completely irresponsible and dangerous to be driving around without insurance.
And potentially driving your child around.
Yes, Your Honor. So anyways, we fought. It escalated pretty quickly. He shoved me lightly, which hasn't happened before, and I didn't want to get into a whole domestic abuse situation. But that, for me, was like, that's it. I'm done. And
So, Mr. Powell, things got heated. You shoved Ms. Gorsey?
No, that's not what happened at all. What happened is she hit me in the chest, and I defended myself, and I was like trying to get her off of me, and now she's claiming that.
regardless, it came to physical altercation, which...
Yeah, it came to her physically
But you
assaulting
didn't call
me.
the police.
No, Your Honor. Well, I called the police later to report the truck that he took, which is where we're going with this. But at that time, we broke up. And I said, get out of my house. Like, you put hands on me, you get out of my house.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
this court does not in any way condone, violence against women or men. Ms. Gorsey has stated after your car got repossessed, you needed a way to get to work, and you guys agreed to have you buy this car or pay her for this car $150 a month.
And, Your Honor,
After she bought it for $1,200.
I'm sorry,
You
Your
actually
Honor.
submitted your evidence to the court, so I have a copy of that. Okay, and this is the truck.
Yes,
You
Your
paid
Honor.
cash for it?
Yes.
In Exhibit B, it's where you register the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Exhibit C is a towing receipt.
That's right.
How did that come about?
So what happened was after we fought, he took the truck and left in the truck. So as you can see, the truck is in my name. It's my truck, and I didn't tell him to take the truck. I called him. I didn't reach him, and I finally was like, that's it. I'm going to report it as stolen. So I did so, and then I texted him that I reported it as stolen. And so he brought it back in the middle of the night, left it in the driveway. And then the next morning when I went to move it, the engine wouldn't start. Like, it was stuttering and it was just busted. And so I have a friend who's a mechanic, called him over. He took a look at it and said there was sugar apparently intentionally put in the gas tank, which apparently gets all up in the car and ruins the car.
Did you put sugar in the gas tank, Mr. Powell?
No, I have no idea what she's talking about or how it got there.
Well, the court wants to hear from you. Ms. Gorsey's done a lot of the talking. She's also done a lot of the paying, she said. And you shrug your shoulder, that doesn't bother you.
Well, it was just our arrangement. I moved in with her, and she bought me a truck. She bought me a gift.
Coming up.
Even when you're in a relationship, when you want to sue for breach of contract, it's best to have written evidence of a what?
Of the contract.
Of a contract.
Yes, Your Honor.
And later.
And that the card game was going to be outside. Everyone that attended the game said okay and agreed to coming
If it's good weather, what's the
my
problem?
house. The problem is that he's a sore loser. That's all that is.
No.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Marissa Gorsey and Matthew Powell over the cost of a truck.
So you're saying, Mr. Powell, I never agreed to pay her.
Exactly. I totally thought it was a gift. I thought she was giving me a truck so I could get to work and help provide for our daughter. So
Why would I buy you a beat-up $1,200
I thought
Ford as
to
a
be nice. I thought to help our
Has he ever
family.
made one payment towards it?
No, Your Honor. He hasn't.
How long did you drive it before you guys got in that big fight?
Not that long.
A
couple months. Yeah. So even after a month of having this truck, it started having problems immediately. Like, I have a receipt for the brake pads. Like, a month in, it already started having serious trouble. So it was a piece of junk, and so it doesn't really surprise me that later it stopped working.
So you had to get the brake pads changed.
Right.
So
that was a couple $100.
Let me understand this. Which bills did you pay in this house, Mr. Powell?
Well, I was paying for the groceries. I was helping out and trying to help out with Haley, our
What
daughter.
type of work do you do?
I work in a warehouse, and I pack and ship and take inventory.
About how much do you make per week?
I make $20 an hour, so it ends up being like $1,000 a week, something like that.
Okay, so there's no written indication that there was an agreement between you guys for him to pay the amount of $150 a month.
That's correct, Your Honor. There was not anything in writing. We were in a relationship, and I didn't think that I needed to get a contract written down with him. We did discuss it.
And here we have the first legal lesson of the day. That even when you're in a relationship, when you want to sue for breach of contract, it's best to have written evidence of a what?
Of the contract.
Of a contract.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, I agree with you, and I appreciate that. I also just want to say that the reason it's even escalated to this point, which I didn't even want it to get this gnarly. I mean, we share a daughter, and he's a great father, but is a point where he doesn't see the responsibility. He doesn't see that he should keep his agreements, whether they're written or in writing. And so at this point, it became like I'm actually trying to make sort of an example for him, for his life. He can't just go through life just relying on his charm and good looks and just not pay things that he should pay for.
It's been working for him so far.
She's been making this.
Okay, because he's standing up here in court, shrugging his shoulders. He's like, I don't got a care in the world. She bought me a gift. She brought me a truck. She brought me a gift.
And I'm paying $200 a month. I'm paying $200 a month.
And then when she told me to bring it back, I brought it back. Did you put the sugar in the tank?
No,
How did sugar
absolutely
get
not.
there if it was in your possession?
Honestly, I have no idea. My only thought is, I don't know if she's trying to if she put it in there to strengthen her argument or strengthen her case.
I'm going to do it and then I'm going to come to court?
Yeah, you're making this a way bigger thing than I ever thought it was.
So to get the sugar out of the tank, do you have damages to get all of that taken care of as well?
Your Honor, it was not worth it. Like, the truck was already worth so little that to fix it would have been
Where's
worse.
the truck now?
I scrapped it. So that's the additional $125 was to have the towing done to the scrapyard because it was completely, it would have cost me 4 times as much just to get the thing fixed up.
All right, it looks to me through these documents and evidence you've presented that you bought a truck and you let your then boyfriend, the father of your child, drive the truck. And he probably did say he'd pay, or you probably thought he would pay. The bottom line is you can't prove that he said he was going to pay.
That's true, Your Honor.
However, it was your truck that you let him use. And see, That's why I love so much sitting here, because sometimes I just give people enough rope to hang themselves. What we do know is that once he used your truck, that whatever happened during the time that he possessed that truck, he'd be responsible for whatever damage he caused your truck. So even though it was your truck, it got damaged when it was in his possession. So while this court may not find that a contract for him to buy the truck exists, what is clear to this court is the truck was damaged in his possession. When he returned it, it didn't drive anymore, it had sugar in the tank. It would have cost you more to clean that than it would to replace the truck, which means you were injured, you have damages, which means, Mr. Powell, you got to pay. And what's so crazy is, if you would have just driven the truck and returned the truck back in working order, there would have been nothing this court could have done, because she doesn't have a lick of evidence to say that you said you were going to pay for it. But what I do know is that the sugar didn't jump off the shelf at the store, grow legs, walk itself, open up the gas tank, and jump inside. My name ain't Boo Boo the Fool. So let me tell you this one thing. They say love is blind.
Yes, Your Honor.
But if you let it, love just won't be blind. Love will make you broke. So now that this relationship's over, I don't have nothing else to say, but Mr. Powell, judgment for the plaintiff for $1,325. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,325.
She's lying and she got her way once again, and that's what I think. I think she gaslit me and now she's got her way once again.
And here I am getting all emotional because I did love him. We have a daughter together. But you know what? That's the kind of guy he is, and I learned my lesson.
Coming up,
You know the wolf pack, you know the co-workers that we do this every time. Who, all those other people that was there, I don't even know who those people are.
Well,
Man,
she just said you don't know him because you're not invited to the real card game.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. Giovanni Chambers claims he lost an outdoor card game because his coworker temporarily blinded him with bug spray. Shanti Steward says the plaintiff didn't complain about his vision until he lost at spades.
Good day, everyone.
Okay.
This is the case of Chambers versus Steward. Mr. Chambers, you are suing Ms. Steward for $1,250 for negligence. You say the defendant temporarily blinded you during a heated card game. Is that correct?
Yes, she did.
And the defendant, you say it was just an accident.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened during this card game, Mr. Chambers? I'll start with you.
We normally have an annual card game. We usually do it every people's
How do you
house.
know each other?
We co-workers. I'm her manager. So I've been with the company for 16 years. I oversee shipping, receiving, and just small counters. She's been with the company for about 6 years, just one of the associates. And we've had a tradition every Juneteenth, around that season, we'll have our spade game. We host it at every people's houses.
All right, so take me to the game. What happened?
We normally have it inside of a house, but when we had her hosting this time, she was the host for this
Ms.
event.
Stewart hosted at her home?
Outside the home.
All right, in her yard.
I was assuming we would have, things set up, tents or anything like that. No, just a table, hot weather, and water.
Okay, so Ms. Stewart, you knew this was your chance to host the annual card game.
Well, see, that's the thing, Your Honor. He says it's annual. That's because he only comes annually. We rotate every 2 to 3 weeks at whose house it's going to be at, but he doesn't come
No. Those
all
are
the
your
time.
personal friends, okay? You know the wolf pack. You know the co-workers that we do this every time. Who, all those other people that was there, I don't even know who those people are.
Well,
Man,
she just said you don't know him because you're not invited to the real card games.
Coming up,
You sprayed some spray.
Yes.
And next thing you know, Mr. Chambers, you start having what, an allergic reaction?
So,
or it got in your
I
eyes?
started
What
noticing-
I'm talking.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Giovanni Chambers, who blames Shanti Stewart for blinding him with bug spray.
He said you just had a table out there in the yard and some water.
No beer.
And didn't have anything
No
set
beer.
up and no liquor.
Yes, Your Honor. So we had the game on June the 15th.
Okay.
So my family was in the house. So I told everybody ahead of time that my family was going to be staying over and that the card game was going to be outside. Everyone that attended the game said okay and agreed to
If
coming
it's good
to
weather, what's the
my
problem?
house. The problem is that he's a sore loser. That's all that is.
No, ma'am. See, what she just said right there, that's a lie, because I did not get no information that you were having family or we were going to be outdoors.
So you stayed for the card game, and then what happened?
As we're playing cards, it's hot, there's bugs, there's things, and I'm trying to be part of the party. But I've noticed that I've been attacked by bugs. I let her know, like, hey, there's a lot of insect things going on. She says she would take care of it. Before I knew it, she's all over spraying, the bug sprays everywhere, and next thing you know, I'm itching, I'm coughing, and I can't see the game, and we got something going on here.
Your Honor, okay, first of all, he didn't complain about the bug spray until he lost at spades.
That's a lie. No, you just wasn't listening. You was not even listening.
He played three
You were calling
hands
me names the
after
whole
the
time.
fact.
You took that opportunity
And
to
then after
call me
he
everything
lost,
under the
he
book.
said, I'm blind.
He was complaining about bugs. You went and got some bug spray.
And a little Sentinella candle, yes,
And a
ma'am.
Sentinella candle. You lit the candle, you sprayed some spray.
Yes.
And next thing you know, Mr. Chambers, you start having what, an allergic reaction?
So
or it got in your
I
eyes?
started
What hap-
noticing-
I'm talking. What happened?
I feel like it got in my eyes. I've noticed a blur, and I brought it to her attention. She was just ignoring me.
Your Honor, he brought it to my attention after he reneged.
I thought I saw the cards clearly, and now, next thing you know, I'm down the hole.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
What damages did you suffer because of this?
All right, so we go to the emergency room. We're there for about a couple hours. The doctor said that there was some chemical speckles in my eye, and it could have caused blindness.
Nowhere in the testimony did you testify that she got so close to you and sprayed that bug spray right in your face or in your eye.
Well, that's
you told the
where
court,
she was. She was over my right shoulder.
This is ridiculous.
But this
Mr. Chambers, you had more than one opportunity. If the conditions didn't align with what you thought would be enjoyable, you could have left. Your inability to have fun is really proven to me why they don't want you to come to the card party.
Now,
I don't want you to come back into my courtroom ever again.
It was never no problem until we was in the house.
He ain't invited
She
no
had it
more.
outdoor. It was indoors.
You
We
are
would have
not
had no
invited no
problem.
more.
You need air conditioning. That's what you need, okay? It's swollen
Mr.
and hot. There's nothing but
Chambers, Mr. Chambers,
mosquitoes and-
Mr. Chambers, get out.
But it's
get
ridiculous.
out.
It's-
Get out.
Let's go,
You just
man.
Sean,
complain.
escort him out.
No,
he lost
you're
anyway.
ridiculous.
Right
You're
this way.
ridiculous.
Judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed. This has been a production of Allen Media Group.